Today's devotional is January 13th, and the title is Fearing Man or Fearing God. The scripture reading is taken from Deuteronomy 5:24-33. The God we serve is a holy and righteous God. He has not changed. He hates sin and will not tolerate disobedience. Those who walk in disobedience are living under the wrath of God, which will be poured out upon the disobedient when Christ returns. Our God is a consuming fire. Deuteronomy 4:24. Sin cannot remain in his presence because it is consumed. God's dealings with the nation of Israel, their unbelief, rebellion, disobedience, his pleading, long-suffering, wrath and judgment that came upon them have been given to us as examples and warnings. The children of Israel did not fear God. Their hearts were hardened against him. God told Moses, "Oh, that there were such a heart in them, that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever." Deuteronomy 5:29. Without this fear, they could not obey God. Under the new covenant God made with us, he has placed his fear in our hearts, and he has promised us, "They will be my people, and I will be their God. I will give them singleness of heart and action, so that they will always fear me for their own good, and the good of their children after them. I will make an everlasting covenant with them. I will never stop doing good to them, and I will inspire them to fear me, so that they will never turn away from me." Jeremiah 32:38-40. God has circumcised our hearts in Romans 2:29. He has removed hearts that were once hardened and rebellious against him, given us a new heart, and placed his fear in it, so that we have a desire and a will to walk in obedience to him. He has placed his Spirit within us, giving us the power to obey. It is this holy fear of God that must now motivate our life to walk holy before him. As Jesus commissioned and sent the 12 disciples out, he commanded them, "Do not fear those who kill the body, but are unable to kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." Matthew 10:28. We are commanded to fear God rather than man. Examine your own heart today. Do you fear man more than you fear God? Is the favor of man more important than that of God? Say this after me: I will not fear man more than I fear God. I will fear God. And the scripture reading was in Deuteronomy 5:24-33. And you said, "Behold, the Lord our God has shown us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice out of the midst of the fire. We have seen this day that God does talk with man, and he lives. Now therefore, why should we die? For this great fire will consume us. If we hear the voice of the Lord our God any more, then we will die. For who is there of all flesh that has heard the voice of the living God speaking out of the midst of the fire as we have, and lived? Go near and hear all that the Lord our God shall say, and speak unto us all that the Lord our God speaks unto you, and we will hear it and do it. And the Lord heard the voice of your words when you spoke to me, and the Lord said unto me, I have heard the voice of the words of this people, which they have spoken unto you. They have well said all that they have spoken. Oh, that there were such an heart in them, that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever. Go say to them, Get into your tents again. But as for you, stand here by me, and I will speak unto you all the commandments and the statutes and the judgments, which you shall teach them, that they may do in the land which I give them to possess it. You shall observe to do, therefore, as the Lord your God has commanded you. You shall not turn aside to the right hand or to the left. You will walk in all the ways which the Lord your God has commanded you, that you may live, and that it may be well with you, and that you may prolong your days in the land which you will possess.